Did you know that Alexander the Great once introduced proskynesis to the Macedonian court? Proskynesis, the act of kissing the ground or the feet of someone of higher rank, was a normal custom of the Persians. In the court of the Achaemenid Empire, this act was typically done before the king. Whether they were native to the land or not, subjects had to prostrate themselves to the king before they could let a word out of their mouths. In contrast to the practice of the Greeks and Macedonians, proskynesis was performed by the Persians only when they were communicating with their ancient gods. The invasion of the Achaemenid Empire had always been on top of the list for Alexander the Great. Ever since he came to power, the king had desired the submission of Darius III, the reigning king of the Persians at the time. Though he defeated the king in 2 battles and eventually conquered its territories, Alexander appears to have soon found a deep love for Persian customs and traditions. Of course, the king's gradual change and assimilation of Persian culture did not sit well with the Macedonian people. According to the ancient writer Arrian, when Alexander attempted to apply proskynesis to his court, his decision was met with massive criticism from both the Macedonians and Greeks. And even when he stopped the practice, the Macedonians continued to witness their king apply a variety of Persian customs in the kingdom. Some said his Persianization played a minor role in his death, while others claimed that he died of natural causes. The sources that tell the story of Alexander often contradict each other, which can be confusing for curious listeners hoping to learn about the great king's eventful life. But that is about to change. With this all-new enthralling history audiobook, you can easily explore the gripping events that took place throughout the life of Alexander the Great. Here's just a small fraction of what you'll discover. The mythical ancestry of Alexander the Great. How the early Macedonians founded their kingdom. How Philip II shaped the mighty Macedonian phalanx. A revenge that led to Philip's assassination. How Alexander claimed the crown and quelled the revolts on the Greek peninsula. Alexander's first battle with the Persians' colossal army. Alexander as the pharaoh of Egypt and the son of Ammon. The Macedonians' grand entrance into India. The mysterious relationship between Alexander and Hephaestion, and much, much more. Here's an excerpt from the audiobook. Long before the birth of Alexander, ancient Macedonia was nothing but a small kingdom situated in the north of the Greek peninsula. Founded in 808 BCE, Macedon was barely mentioned in early Greek records. Even if Macedon was in those records, the kingdom was regarded as only a foreign kingdom, reigned by barbaric monarchs. It was clear that the Greeks looked down on the Macedonians, although they spoke in a Greek dialect. Only by the end of the 4th century BCE did Macedonia begin to rise in power and put itself almost on par with the kingdoms of Sparta, Athens, and Thebes. Chapter 1. The Establishment of the Argead Dynasty. For many centuries, people relied heavily on myths and oral stories passed from their ancestors to learn more about their past and origins. Various writing systems soon emerged and allowed ancient civilizations to create and record different matters and events that took place in their lives. The ancient Egyptians carved out hieroglyphs onto their grand temples, hoping to immortalize the stories of their pharaohs' victories, while Mesopotamian scribes recorded all sorts of daily life events and literary works on clay tablets. Unfortunately, many of these records succumbed to the test of time, leaving us with more questions and mysteries than answers about their histories. For example, due to the lack of records and writings, none could determine exactly what happened to the Ark of the Covenant after the sacking of Jerusalem by King Nebuchadnezzar II.